a good 8 inches of snow on it. Sunday afternoon, I measured it with the yardstick. I was pulling my grandson around on the sled there. Some of you may have seen. And now here it is, the 15th, and yesterday got up to 46 degrees, and basically the snow's all gone, and you find this. I'm glad he's dead, but maybe Tom Mealey was out running around. I highly doubt it. If he would have got it, he would have got it, and it would have been in the back of his truck for a tailgate party. I don't see no trap or nothing on it. Yeah, let me get my glove on. Yeah, I don't see no bullet hole in the dang thing. It's fairly limber. Huh. Oh, I always hate the blood on its back foot. Boy, that coyote must have got shot last night. There's blood there. Huh. Where are the things you find antler hunting? Yeah, what we're looking at. Turkey's been in here scratching. Got this all tore up. Oh, I can't believe this is on a south-facing slope, and there was 8 inches of snow in this timber Sunday afternoon, and boy, it really left fast. Another reason I'm spending so much time on this farm is I'm looking for that other side of that one 6-pointer. I got the right side, and it'd be neat if I found the left side, but that might be asking too much. I've already found 3 matching sets, so whether I'd find that or not, irrelevant. But you know, he was hanging around here, but it would be a miracle if I found that left side. But you're not going to find it sitting in the house. I want to make one thing clear. When you're antler hunting, just take what comes your way and be thankful for it. Don't let yourself get led by some of these gurus that are telling you 10 easy steps, blah, blah, blah. You know what that is? That's plain bullshit. Because there's no systematic way. I mean, sure, some spots might hold antlers better than others. And I want to show you, for instance, what I'm talking about, just standing right here. Now, as I swing the camera around, this is a south-facing slope. Now, you know, it's a thermal heating has melted the snow off. So that'd be if you're going to look. But as I stand here and I turn right around from these footsteps, you can see in the foreground, or the background, all that snowpack over there. You know, you might as well wait for another day to go look at that. But there's no, don't get caught up in you're not doing something right because X amount of celebrities said this and that. That has no validity at all. That's just somebody blowing smoke and trying to talk taller than what their shadow actually is to cast upon this earth. Go to the woods, one step at a time, and be grateful what you come back with. Yeah, we're up here on that beach and greens field where we found that matching side of that 10-pointer on the 22nd of January. And I see those stems are knocked down quite a bit after the snow, so it'd make it a lot easier to see an antler out there now. But I'll tell you one thing, you ain't gonna walk around out in here very much because it is really, really muddy. I mean, I can poke that stick down there, you can see that mud coming off of it. It just gets all over your feet. Makes it icky to walk in. What an idiot. I'm walking up here to pull this camera out, and I had a memory stick. I got the camera for that is right there on that tree. So came over to pull that camera out because I don't think there's no need for it anymore. I just walked over here, and I'll show you what attracted me over here was that bone right there. And I've never paid much attention. I don't know if that just got drug in here or what the deal was. But coming over to look at that bone, I looked down, there was something green on the ground. And right there it is. A memory stick. Oh well, I don't know if it's any good, but chances are it might be. Last time I was out in the woods, I found a friggin' battery. No wonder I can't find nothing, I lose it all. Now a year ago today, we were up here with that brush mower, mowing all that Molliflora rose off. And some of it I got taken out because there was no frost in the ground. Nothing like this year, there was frost in the ground this year, but I just want to show you what it looked like a year later after we mowed it off. Now I got some re-emergence of that Molliflora rose, which I knew I would have, but I'm going to come in here with a herbicide in a backpack and spray it now that it's starting to rejuvenate and get it while it's real young, and then I can spot spray right on the roots of it. So we'll be doing that later in another video, but I'm going to show you what it looked like a year later. Just wander down here a little bit, and you remember we couldn't even walk through here, but there is some. I want the brush to sprout for new growth, but here's what I want to be spraying right here, and it's it's in its infancy, so the herbicide should knock that out, and I can just spot spray it just by walking around. But this is what it looks like a year later after we did all that mulching. It'd be a year ago today. Boy, how time flies. I thought it was out here looking for antlers. I'd show you the results of that. Boy, it dropped some leaves off. I think I'm going to get in there with my chainsaw and do some tree removal, like this little group right here of hickories. That's nothing, but it's too close together. We can chop them down, get them out of there. But you can't do it all in a year, it just goes too fast. But this is what it looks like a year later from when we had the bush monster in here. And well, I'll tell you what, that rub right there, that's new. They must have been in here, because that's a pretty good sized rub. And it had a scrape here and a rub, so they were in here. But I just wanted to show you the results of that a year later. Right there, that'll make your heart go up and down. I looked over there and I thought for sure that was an antler. It was a root. It had me racing there for a while. In the previous video, a gentleman asked if I'd tilled antlers in the dirt when they shed and I don't find them, and I actually find them in the dirt after the plow or the disc went over it. And yeah, I have. I got a couple at home where I picked up pieces after I plowed them under, but oh well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I try to glean these fields as much as I can, and that snowpack helped a lot. It knocked those stems down to where they're not as tall as they were just a week or two ago. Well, I ain't believing what I'm seeing. Just 30 seconds ago, that coyote, I want to show you. See that cedar tree right there? That's not much more than 20 yards, 25 yards away. There's a dead coyote laying there. And I thought I'd just take this path out. I found a 10-point shed in here years ago in this grass waterway. Now I'm walking out of here, and right here's my gear. That's where I dropped it at. Okay. I got up to here. Here's snow, white. I look over there, and there's snow white too. Unreal. And this place is really covered with poop. I mean, possibly been bedding in here, but that's an old, I don't even know how that even stayed there. It's a wonder I never mowed down through here with the rotary mower last year. Unreal. You find a coyote this morning, you walk for, well, it's 2:30 now, so 11, whatever that is, 2.5, 3.5 hours, 3 hours, and you come back here, and there is a small, what is this thing? Well, he's got a hook on him. Oh man, that's unbelievable. And right there, got the same configuration of white snow that he is. I'd have never found that if the sun would have been shining. And then look at all the poop in here. I mean, it's just covered with deer poop. They must have jumped the fence, but I don't know. I'll have to see if he's. This was definitely an old kill, or I mean, I don't know what killed it, but I don't see any bones or anything. I'll walk around in there. You're sure you would think there'd be a rib cage or something in this tall grass. Of course, it's so tall now, you might not find any bones either. It's a miracle that I never did nothing in this waterway, because it's not a good thing to do. You want to keep it from eroding. But man, I mean to tell you, this is heavily laden. And I walk over here. This is unreal. Oh, there's a bone. There's a leg bone in that tall grass. I don't see no rib cage or nothing, but we're talking, this deer's laid here quite a while. Well, let's see if we can. We gotta be careful. I hope he ain't froze to the ground. We're gonna wiggle it in there. Oh, I don't know what that's froze. What the hell's going on? Got the grass growed up in there. Got a rack. Oh, I'll be damned. Yeah, I didn't find him last year, that's for sure. What? It's like 2:30. Let's see what time it is. It's 2:41. February 15th. And we found this guy. Well, they say sheds are legal and deads are illegal, so I'm going to call the game warden. I hate to call the game warden for something this stupid. You talk about luck of the draw. Like I said, right here from where I'm standing, that far cedar tree right there is where that coyote is. I'm going to measure that off. I got to measure that off. 1, 2, 3, 26, 27, 28, 29. I was 29 yards away from a brand new dead coyote. Antler hunting can be unexplainable. And to find that little freaky head right there in this tall grass, it's a miracle it even survived. Because I'll show you. When I tilled this last year, there was nothing. I could have came right down in here and mowed this all off. And I ain't too sure if I didn't when I mowed the corn down. But if I didn't, I didn't hit the head. That's apparent, because it's still intact. Well, I'm glad I didn't have no video. But I'll tell you what, they've been in here. There's poop all over the place in here. And we're going to call the DNR. This is what you're supposed to do when you find a dead head. You can't legally take it out without a salvage tag. Yeah, Mike, this is Don Mealey down here in Clark County, and I found a real small 6-point dead buck. It's been there for a year or two. And I just wanted to see if I could get a salvage tag and, you know, contact you. So it's nothing important. The buck, the main beam's probably not more than 8 inches on either side, but it's sort of unique. So I wanted to keep it. So I'd like to get a salvage tag at your convenience. Thank you. Yeah, I know this is not very big, but it's a trophy. Look at that. What's the odds of finding a dead deer with a little fork like that? It's like a double main beam. And it's amazing. I've been so close to this thing in the last year. Of course, I never, as you can tell, the weeds have never been mowed. So I guess I was lucky that I didn't mow over in here. Well, the law is the law, and it says I can't legally take that out without a salvage tag. So I'm going to leave this little guy here at the farm until Mike gets a hold of me, the game warden, and we can get a salvage tag, because that's the law here in the state of Iowa. Sheds are legal, heads are illegal, no matter how small or how big. And I just wanted to take some close-ups of him. Quite unique. He's got a double main beam there going right there. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, he had some deterioration there on his nose, but at least his antlers were all intact. And that's nice, because where he died at, it's so far away from the timber that there wouldn't been a squirrel problem there. But you can see his nose did rot off. But that rack that's pretty cool. He's a little deer, but boy, if he would have grew, he could have been a real wild one. Mike Miller, the game warden down here in Clark County, came by and left me a salvage tag. I got to sign this. That's what he circled that for. But if you're going to find any of these dead heads, well, that worked out pretty good. This is what you have to have in your possession, and it's all documented and signed by the conservation officer. So that was a win-win day. Walked in the door and there was his tag. And that's mandatory in the state of Iowa to have that tag. I got my signature on there. I got the tag. I can legally take that dead head home. Like I said, I told Mike I didn't take it off the property, and he stopped down here this afternoon sometime, and made it legal. So that's what you have to do in the state of Iowa.